on Golden Wall LE. Boop. Here we go. In the bottom right hand corner, the red Zergy pieces. He is Gooby. I like very apt name for the player, for the race too. Goo everywhere. Gooby. And in the bottom left hand corner, there's not one, not two, but three pink Protoss pieces of Try. There's more than three, obviously, but you know, I was trying to try to go somewhere with that, but I was trying. All right. Anyway, the puns would be so bad with that name. The trifecta of puns. Alright, so 17 hatch is the opt opener here for Gooby. So we have 17 hatch, gas, and pool coming right on up. Typical walls. Is there anything on Golden Wall here like that's like Easter eggish? I like to look around at the maps and just take them in and kind of see if the map creator hid anything interesting. Like, see, like this right here. That's a pretty cool little detail. Got a structure over here. Oh, look at that. What do you think that is? Is that like some kind of a simulator? Or Protoss factory of sorts? Interesting. Nexus follow up here behind that wall. Just keeping that economic game balanced. Follow behind in a ZVP, for that matter, Zerg in general. Follow behind Zerg in base count is not where you want to be in any case. You want to stay at least one base behind if you are behind. So if they have 3 base, you want to have at least 2 going on 3. You guys try and stay as equal as possible. Can you get out? Yeah, it's open right there. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna poke on up here at that Overlord. Hide it right up there on top of that pillar. Have a good look around. Couple lings on the way. I like the idea. I like the fact he's checking everywhere with an attack move. So if he sees things on the map, he should be able to clean them up real quick. Protoss are tricky little devils. You never know when they could just proxy a Stargate somewhere. Here we go. These lings are on the way across the map here. Adept coming out. We'll end up seeing this. Throwing that shade. Trying to get away. We'll end up getting away. These lings, however, see which way they go. They're going to keep going towards the main. Oh, I'd love to see them jump into main right now with these lings. Do have a queen out here on the high ground. A couple queens should be out. Yep, there we go. So we do have some queens for that defense. The Adept looked like it was trying to come back. Oh, I'd love to see these lings just jump in here. Get a full scout. There's nothing else in the main right now. Everything is at the front. I waited a little bit too long to do that. Speed does finish up. We'll catch this Adept out on the map, but is it going to get away? Nope, it's going to die. There we go. It will end up falling. Adept does see it as third base here. Let's see what announcers are using. I'm trying to figure out what announcers are being used and I can't even hear it. Oh, using it as the Gara. I think that's the default one actually. Alright, let's see. Probe being sent out here for third base. Not a lot going on in this game so far. It's just a little bit of poke here, poke there. Playing that macro game, both sides going up to 3 base. Ooh, there's a big change right there. To say that third base for Try will be the gold base. Now, this is where things are going to become interesting once again. So, now, Try with that third base being where it is. can rally up here, can warp in here, have a little bit more of an aggressive defense. And on top of that, the economy is just going to explode. He does... They wanted that probe, man. They wanted that probe. We're going to get in here. We do have robotics, and we'll see everything. Robotics Bay, Twilight Council on the way, so we do have the option for Dark Shrine follow-up. Maybe High Templar. Oh, the cheeky little Zerg hiding right down there in the bottom part of the map. That's cute. That's cute. It's a cute sneak. Let's see when he goes away here.
I am here in the shadows.
That's a cute. Well, that's a cheeky little spot to hide some units, especially when he hasn't checked. So that's gonna be fun. What we got here? Spore crawlers getting that detection. There is a lair, so we should be able to get some overlords or overseers. Roach ward. We have the +1 range on the way. So we're gonna have that roach push. There's a lot of stalkers here. Ooh, okay. Had to pull that army back once again. I love that patience with the lings. As we all look away, we see that good one down there. Man, I'm slacking already. 7 probes have been killed from that, though. That's a pretty good little economic damage. Gooby's slightly behind on drones here, actually. So any kind of damage he can get done is going to be incredibly helpful. I just love this Overlord has seen everything. 4th base on the way here. For a try, he's looking to hold this and play the economic long game. That's kind of concerning, actually. Gooey's behind the drones, and that's going to put him behind a base count. He's trying to get in here to get some more ling kills, but all these, or drone probe kills, worker kills. All these lings, however, will get picked up. Getting blocked by the warp-in as well. Alright, Gooby, you've seen the army of your opponent. What do you do? Still producing drones, this is good. Need to catch up here on the drone count. No base to the top just yet. What is Roach speed? Roach speed almost done. Got Hydras on the way, so it will be a Roach Hydra comp. Going for the gold base himself, a little bit late on that base. Especially since your opponent has already taken that gold. The only way to kind of counter out that would be to take the gold yourself, because like I said, the worker count has grown significantly, mainly because of that gold base. He'll be pushing out here with +1, however, he does have Hydra lurkers as well. I love the lurker tech. Been seeing a lot of lurkers lately. Decides you're gonna go right back the other way. Get a bigger bug ball. However, the Immortals. Alright, so Immortals are on the way, Charlotte's on the way, Colossi are on the way with the extended thermal lamps. So far, this season's a little bit more even of a match, actually. Like, the first few series we've had in week 1 have all been 2-0s. So far, this looks like it's going to be a little bit more balanced of a game. I'm kind of concerned here for Gooby, actually. He's just playing his game. I love that he's just playing his game, playing a slower pace. Both players actually playing just a slower pace. Hallucinated Phoenix coming down here to check and see what is going on in the Zerg base. Let's follow the vision of Protoss here for a second.
Engaging the enemy.
Yeah, he's not actually looking. So he's gotten in there and scouted all over the map. Okay, there we go. He looked now. Looked after the fact. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Gotta love that free high vision from the Colossi. Man, he's just expanding all around. This is also a problem here for Gooby. Like, this is something you... This is like a reverse effect from Zerg. Like, when you sit back against Zerg, usually they're going to be the ones that take over the map. So, what makes this interesting is the fact it's Protoss just expanding and taking over the map, being able to do whatever they want. Now, this is why I'm concerned for Gooby right now. This is why I feel Gooby might be in a bit of a bind here very shortly. He does have the Spire on the way, which will help be able to counter out the Colossi. I'm a little bit concerned about this comp. No, that's a lot of roaches, lurkers, and hydras. Actually, I think he might be in a better situation than Protoss here. That Protoss ball is gonna have to fight on top of the lurkers, right? But if they get caught out, oh no! If they get caught out in the open, however, that could have been disastrous. But here we go. The lurkers are gonna be allowed to siege up on that low ground, and they're gonna have to fight up the ramp, trying to give that vision to the high ground with the Overseer. The Overseer does get in position, does get picked off, so there's no more high ground vision unless Gooby can get up this ramp. He does get up here. He has been picking off some of these units. Picks off the shield battery as well. So far, no Storm. Storm has just finished. This is where things are going to be disastrous. He is rotating around. I love the decision to rotate around the map. So he's just going to rotate right up here into where the 4th base would be. So you're just going to siege the 4th. A little bit slow in the rotation. I would love to see some wings or something pressure that gold base now. Here we go. He's just going to siege up. Going to get to work on this 4th base. He does not know about the base to the north just yet. He will find it here in this fight, though. First storm coming down right on top of Lurker. Second storm coming down. Another storm. Oh, that's so much damage from those storms. But it's just Gooby is just able to pressure and push on through. Moving the Lurkers forward. Again, Gooby being able to get in here and pressure his way in. Getting a much better engage against his Protoss opponent. Now this is a bunch of Stalkers down here to defend against this. That's not going to be enough. Is Gooby's just going to continue to push forward. 2 more Colossi on the way. Shield upgrade about to finish up, which will make the shields a little bit more beefy here for Protoss, yes. But will it be enough to hold? That is a better question. He does manage to snipe out that 3rd base, or that 4th base in the north. But nope, GG will get called out. And Tribe will lose the first game in the series. Going into game number 2, Gooby up 1-0. What a game that was, actually. A slower macro game. I was a little bit concerned for Gooby. He managed, just manages to get in there, muscle his way in, and take the win. Alright, let's close that out here. Boop. Come over here and get game number 2. Numero dos. Alright, game number 2. And the bottom right hand corner of Submarine. Currently up 1-0 over his Protoss opponent. He is Gooby. And in the top right hand corner. And this trifecta of a series. It is Tri. I imagine he will definitely be trying to secure a game 2 victory. Well, will Gooby be able to close this out in game number 2 and make another 2-0 series in week 1? So far, this has been a very good series. The first match alone was definitely, just shake hands, both players trying to figure out how each other's going to play. And I love that in that regards. Like, there's some people who have been in the scene for a while where they are more able to cheeky gas block. So just putting that probe there is enough to still keep that from being taken. Tries to over here trying to block the drone and everything. That's cheeky. That's cheeky. I love it. But anyway, guys, in a best of 3 series, especially if you're new in the scene in a league format, it can be a lot to deal with. I say, especially as your first time around, you don't know what to expect. You don't know how the league's going to play out, who you're going to be up against. But guys who have been in the season for a while, like especially since we're season 6 in the JSL, are going to be a little more comfortable with how they play. Which is why I absolutely love seeing macro games like that last one, because it's more of a handshake between the two players who may be new in the season or new this season to the league, and as a result will, you know, play a little bit more passive and just kind of, you know, get a better army out or play a macro game. Or some cases that might just be how they play, you know, that you never know, because a lot of people will try to do different things than what they're comfortable with from ladder. I mean, I think in Season 4, all I did was 12 pull, like, every game. Like, I wasn't really feeling the play that season, so I said, you know, I'm just going to play super aggressive all season long and see where it gets me. But here we go, let's see what gets done with these lings here. First 4 lings are on the way across the map. Nothing out just yet to defend, which is kind of concerning. Okay, so the lings will hold up. Looks like they are scouting around a little bit. Third base coming down here for try a lot quicker or Gooby this time around a lot quicker. That 3-minute mark is actually no, I think it's about the same last time. So yeah, it's about the same. I would like to see a fourth base a little bit faster. That's just me. Wise man once said, "When ahead, get further ahead." Yeah, both players playing a little bit more passive this time. Again, I should say. Don't move the Overlord, leave him there. There you go. There you go. He's just chilling. One thing I think would be a little bit more of a help. I mean, having that Overlord here, yes, is nice, but what if you put it out here? I actually played a match where I had an Overlord sitting here the whole time, rather than right above here. So, what was funny about it is the fact that when it was sitting there like that, it allowed me to see when his army moved out, and I had lings just ready to jump right through the front door and just get a whole lot of damage done. Just play super aggressive. This Obi will not be making it home to a safe location. Did he actually say I was, you know... Yeah, he saw the robo and everything. Okay, so it looks like we might have... Twilight Council just hit Dark Shrine. There it is. Okay, so we might have some DT drops into that Archon play. Alright, so anyone actually here watching for, you know, purpose of seeing their game covered, especially, you know, especially a Group B. I may not be the best caster, but I will put out my best effort. But if you can do us a favor, the casters will love you for this. When you guys make your games, use the WCS mode or add-in or mod whenever you make your games. There is a mod that will track Overlord or drone kills and, you know, alert the caster basically to whenever an upgrade is about to finish. It just makes the casting game a lot easier to follow. It's the Game Heart mods that we're talking about. But here we go, these DTs, there's no detection out here. He's just gonna walk right on by. Alright, alright. See where he goes. It's very difficult to spot invisible units in this game versus games, say, like Heroes of the Storm. I love the spine crawler there. The idea was there. But so many drones already falling. Oh no, this is not good. Is there a layer? There is a layer. Okay, so will we see an Overseer? Okay, Overseer is on the way, but these DTs already getting so much done. At this point, I like, split them up. Split them up, try. The Overseer just finished, buddy. You're gonna lose all the DTs. No. Great more for that Archon. Where? So we'll put the DTs in the third. The super cheeky DTs. Oh, don't finish the hatchery. No. So much damage being dealt already. Gooby getting knocked down to 28 drones. But the third base already being taken as well for Try. So Try up to that third base. Getting some great economic damage done here. Getting an early lead. By that very cheeky DT push. And this spine crawler. This spine crawler just makes me chuckle because the idea was there, right? The idea was there, but not the right building. Alright, we do have a Warp Prism hanging out here in the north. Try going to take a 4th base. Once again, just playing a super expansive game. Staying ahead of that Zerg and count, or, you know, expansion count will definitely be a big deal as the game goes on, because, you know, at this point, Zerg has to redrone, right? They have to spin larva to redrone. They won't be expanding nearly as fast. Okay, we do have a couple more DTs on the way. Oh, we actually got Blink too. We got DT Blink on the way. Oh, this is so exciting. I never see people take this. Just kind of scared to dive in there. He doesn't know what can see him. Oh, that DT barely alive. The army will have to come back. This 4 call will be picked off just in time. Overseer is coming. They are on the way. Hide them. Hide them quickly. No, door. Oh no, he's running right back into their army. Oof. Big oof. Gooby says enough's enough. Gooby wants to move out. Gooby is trying to get out. Wants to get out on this map. Try to do any damage he can. Overseer or Overlord getting here and hitting a scout in that warp fence. He's up against a bunch of stalkers. Is this going to be enough? That is the real question. Is Gooby going to be able to get enough damage here to balance out this match? He will get in here, be able to clean up his 4th phase. Protoss is just going to let that go. Immortal actually on the wrong side of the map. That's a bit interesting. I wonder if he's trying to push with that army. I don't know. Will cost him a 4th base. He is going to have to come back here and defend this. This Immortal going to come down here. A lot of Stalkers pushing this Zerg army off. And Gooby on the retreat. Now, the shoe kind of shifts here. It goes to Gooby's side, where he does have defensive advantage. There is no Warp Prism. The Warp Prism is actually still in warp mode up here in the north. So if he can hold on here, Gooby, you'll be in a pretty good spot. But I don't know if you can manage that. You know, the army supplies is not there for Protoss to push on ahead. He's actually supply blocked. Yeah, Warp Prism on the way. He's going to get that with the army and be able to reinforce from that point of view with that army. Big round of units about to finish up here. If he can trap that army down there, he's going to have to force a recall, which would be incredibly helpful just to get out. Get out, recall, recall, recall. I would have been recalling by now. Just gonna throw the stalkers away. I wonder why he decided to throw the stalkers away. He could have saved some with that. I mean, and just lose that entire army because that allows Gooby a little bit more freedom here. There's no pressure from that army from Try. He is just gonna make his way northbound once again. I wonder if he's gonna go for that 4th. If he's gonna check that 4th again. Bit of an interesting match this time around. Like, we've had Try get a lot of damage done. Okay, he's gonna come out to defend here. A lot of F2 movement in this game. That's basically what it comes down to. Try doing a little bit, well, actually being a little bit better about that. Keeping these stalkers back home. Keeping these over here. He's warping it, applying pressure. A lot of people unbind that F2 key. Creep spread's not here for Gooby either. I'm a little concerned about the creep spreads, denying some vision to himself, and, you know, basically denying the map hacks. Try getting that 4th base back up and running. This army is actually going to walk right past each other. He's actually going to pressure right in on this 3rd. I'm going to check the top first. This is actually not a good position here for Gooby to be in. There are no lurkers here to help defend us or secure this push. Immortal's going to come in here and try to box us in. He's actually fighting right back into the stalker ball. He's actually kind of trapped here. He's actually really trapped here. He's going to have to retreat to that south. Or oh no, Gooby. Gooby, a little bit of overextension here, man. It's gonna cost you this one. Trying to get out of here. There's no upgrades on these Hydras either. That's also a bit concerning. There's no speed or range. Is there? Looks like he does have range, but there's no Hydra speed. So he can't just run away a little bit easier. But now Try's gonna pressure his advantage, and he's gonna push right into this third base. Oh, Gooby, that was already very heavily damaged. Immortal in the back, not getting in on the fight, but it's not gonna matter. There's gonna be too many stalkers here. GG is gonna get called out. And Gooby will tap out in game number 2. Making this series 2-2 already. I'm loving this. We're actually going to see that third game this in week 1. As soon as we can reset this, there we go. Having to look at replays through offline mode takes a little bit longer to get back into the next game. Hey, it works. It works. Welcome if you're just joining in. We are finishing up week 1. We're actually going into the last game in the best of 3 series. Then we'll move to week 2. This is Junior Star League, Group B, and Evo. Trying to play catch up on a lot of the games here. Spawning into the top right-hand corner. On Everdream LE. It is the man himself, Gooby. And his opponent in the bottom left-hand corner actually managing to ink out that third game. On a bit of an overextension from Gooby in game 2. It is Try. Alright, now both players we've learned like to play a bit of a macro-oriented game. Which is fair. To each their own. So I think that has actually lended itself to being a bit more of a 3-game series. Oh, no block. Oh, no block. Alright, just missed that opportunity to block that hat trick from going down. Alright, so let's see. I imagine it would go a very similar way. Now, we saw some DTs come out last game from Try, which definitely lended itself to securing that victory. It was so devastating watching them just get in there and, take out an entire drone line and get quite a bit of damage done. Yeah, you got Blake. You didn't actually see it used, but he did pick up Blink for the DTs. This cheeky pro being super annoying. Getting in there, delaying that pull and that gas just a little bit. Not game-breaking delay, but hey, it's just an annoyance. Alright. Well, that probe did go and head up to the north here. Just dropped a pylon right outside a possible 3rd base, 4th base location for Zerg. Depends on which way you decide to expand on this map. I imagine he's going to expand to the south, and then we'll see a split that way. But we're going to get here to see a very standard opening from Protoss. Second gas being taken. Not a whole lot here that's, standing out to me as like, uh-oh moment for Gooby, except for this pylon. I'm really curious to see what gets used or warped in on this pylon here. It will be a slow warp in, there's no gateway added on. No gateway being added into the main. Everything looked pretty standard. If I was a Zerg player right now, if I was in Gooby's shoes, I would be like, yeah, this looks pretty standard. Nothing too crazy going on here. Queen's popping out. Speed on the way. 3rd base being taken to the south. He will get out here and find this pylon. This is why I love the way Gooby looks around the map of his lings. If this wasn't just stuck out in the open here, maybe up here in the corner, would have been this, but hey. It's not quite over the high ground. That's kind of funny. Oh, I didn't notice this before. I actually noticed his banner out here on this map. No, this is a map I haven't looked around yet much on. While we do have a little bit of a lull in the action here, as both players do play that macro-oriented game. Let's see if we can find anything of interest. This is a lot of those little banners. Random power crystal. If there's anything I'm missing in these maps, guys, that you might be like, hey, check this out. Let me know. I like to see what little details get added in on these maps. A couple stalkers here. They know that Overlord is sitting there. Can't do much about it. Do have Evo Chamber and a Roach Horn on the way. So again, the same style of play coming out of Gooby. Now, seeing this twice in a row as try, you know, you might start thinking, this is how he's going to play again. You've seen it twice. Might not change it up game 3. But I'm a little bit concerned about the scouting here. Securing that third base location, because Try doesn't really know what's going on over here. I didn't point this out before, but he doesn't really have a lot of information. Now, last time in game 2, the DTs were the damage and got a lot of scouting done, which is big, because it gave him a little bit more information in terms of what he was up against. However, right now, you don't know if it's the same thing. If I'm Try and I didn't send like an observer out or something at this point, ooh. I feel kind of worried. But you know, again, it comes down to what people like to play comfortably, so maybe he's just rolling off the fact that, okay, you've played this twice, you'll play it again. That's probably all you'll do. That's probably all you will go for. So again, not a lot really going on here. We do have a Nidus network. See, this is what I was getting at. This is what I was getting at. This is why, you know, you have to look around, guys. You have to waste that observer. You have to just get it in there and find some kind of information. I actually missed a Stargate opener. I actually missed double Stargate. 2 Oracles just flew right by this Overlord, so you do know they're coming. But preemptively, we do have spores. A little bit worried of that DT play. We do have spores. Now, this is where things are going to get fun with that Nidus network, because you have a couple different locations you can put that worm down. I imagine you're going to sneak it in right here. I imagine that's where Gooby is going to go for this. Now, this is going to be a bit of a... Yes, there it is. This is going to be a bit of a mismatch in builds because, you know, all these Roaches and Ravagers are going to pop out, and these Oracles aren't going to get a whole lot done. The Nidus network just now being found out about from the Oracles, but it's too late. The Nidus has popped. The units are out in the main, and here we go. They're going right for the Stargates. Getting rid of that tech immediately. Oh, opting for the probes instead. Just fair. It's just very much fair. It will end up pushing off. I would just go for the Stargates here. I would go for the Stargates and then drop a worm over between this natural and the third base, but probes getting pulled off the line. This will get pushed back for now. Queen getting picked off here. There's nothing left to really... His unit's in the Nidus. This will get pushed back. So far, a good hold by Try. Where will he go for this time? We do have these attack up here in the front on the Cybernetics Core, just being a little bit of annoyance. They are rotating down. Oracle flying right over to Hydra. Might get picked off. Well, he actually lives. Kind of funny, actually. Lives with 3 HP. That was a nice try on the Nidus Worm, actually. You know, he got in there. He didn't get anything done. You know, he didn't really figure out where he wanted to attack into, but another worm getting worked in right here in front of this army. These Roaches getting caught out might be enough of a sign. Oh, yep, you're gonna run right past that worm. Try turning around. It seems Try has found his footing and is feeling a little more comfortable in this matchup now. Knowing exactly what he's up against. Yeah, he's seen the Roaches, he's seen the Nidus Worm, and that's about all we got going on here. There's no Hydra or Lurker Den down. Is there yet? No, there's no Lurker Den this time around. Upgrades, though, we do have the +1 range. There's no upgrades out for Protoss just yet. But it is 4 base Protoss against a 3 base Zerg. after a failed Nidus attempt. Now, that doesn't mean that you back off the Nidus worms, because the Nidus worms are a scare factor right now. Those things popping up on the map are going to be enough to keep Protoss on his toes for at least a little bit. It's also a great way to reinforce a push, like so. But, you know, that's a bit of a concerning factor is you're going to back off on the worm and just make a push, because, you know, again, with the worm out, you kind of have to split the attention of the Protoss. You're just going to push right in here, and his army is just right here already. You only got a pylon. You may not be able to muscle your way around too much here, Gooby. You do have the +1 upgrade. You are going to muscle your way in on top of this army. I love this. This is actually going to be good, and you're huge. Probe's going to have to be pulled once again, getting a lot of work done this time around. Probe's falling. Stalkers have been cleaned up. There's only 4 to the north side of this fight, but he is backing up a little bit. Gooby just waiting for the reinforcements to come in. Looks like he's going to push right back in. Another round of Stalkers gets warped in. A couple carriers on the way, but will it be enough, or will it be in time? Let's worry about the Hydra count at this point, because if that's the case, you're going carriers against Hydras. If opponent already has them, I mean, that might be a bit of a no-no. 6 carriers on production, guys. Look at this. Look at this. The Golden Fleet. The Golden Armada is on the way. But will it be enough? Considering the amount of Hydras that are out right now, and you're reinforcing leans, this is why you can't back off from the Nidus Worm. I love the fact you use a Nidus Worm in these fights. This also makes it a lot easier for you to reinforce. The carriers are out. Here we go. First, and those interceptors do pop out. They're going after them Hydras. These carriers are going to get called out. Where are the rest of the carriers? A lot of them aren't out yet. This is good. This is good. Yeah. Okay, so he's on the clock now. Gooby, you're on the clock, sir. Where are they at? Okay, they all just popped out there on the way. Interceptors are being built currently. You need to get as much as you can done here. And the Zerg's shoes right now, you need to get as much damage done as possible, because if this carrier count gets too far out of hand that you can't reinforce with Hydras, you need to make the trade work. You need to be able to trade out in a way that is going to favor you in the long game. And as a Zerg, the economic game is in your favor. So here we go. But you still have a 3-base Protoss alive and kicking, making carriers. Let's see what Tri can pull out of the hat here. Carriers making their way northbound. Gonna be kind of slow. Looks like they're gonna make their way up into that main base. He is like trying to frantically get these expansions back up. Not that much. That's all you had for army. I don't know. Charge lock carrier here is pretty good. He's moving these carriers back southbound. It will be kind of late for him to get down there. The Hydra count has definitely starting to grow. Pretty significantly. 12 about to finish up. I think that will spell the end of this when these Hydras do start to get online here. Focusing them down one at a time. Killing the carriers does kill the interceptors. We're losing a lot of Hydras. Especially when your next round of Hydras isn't out yet. Just need to get your Hydra ball up and you can actually fight the interceptors very effectively with the Hydras alone. Maybe turn these roaches into Ravagers too. I mean, he has options for anti-air. He has a lot of options here for a lot of anti-air, and I think a lot of people have it in their head not to morph roaches until, you know, they're low in health, just to get the extra life out of them. But, you know, in this case, you need to do something with the roaches. Ravagers would definitely help you fight these carriers straight up. I love the fact he is pushing into the north now, however. 2 fronts to defend. But this might be the more concerning front to hold. You can give up this base at this point, Try. You gotta just warp in something up here to defend. You're trying to ball up here, and that's what's gonna get you killed, because, you know, he's just gonna push right back in on the south. You're gonna lose that mining base. to another flanking, like another flank. You're worried about the roaches. Just rallied all your probes up here. You gotta clean up one side or the other. One side or the other, sir. And keep that carrier production up. You definitely have enough here. Maybe around the zealots. Maybe around the charge lots here. Did you get charged? I don't believe you got charged. Did you not get charged this game? Ooh, okay, so you didn't get charged this game. Try does not have charge. And that's actually big because, you know, charge lots against this with carriers make things very, very challenging to defend or push against. Need something underneath the carriers, so to speak. That looks like it might spell the end of this game, though, because, you know, this push might be more than enough as the carriers are falling one after the other. GG's is called out, and what a series that was. Going 3 games with Gooby securing it in the end, 2-1. Congrats to Gooby on week number 1. Well-deserved win. Alright, put that back, and let's do a stop.